Hello guys, and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part, and welcome to my fall neutral front porch makeover, decorate with me, whatever you want to call it, but I'm going to be sharing tips and tricks along the way. So if you're new here, go ahead and click that red subscribe button, turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos, and let's get started. Here is everything I'm going to be using to decorate the porch. I got a lot of white flowers. I actually got some like burnt orange mums because I thought about doing color, and I bought these big pots for them. So that's still an option. I'll take you in my backyard and show you what those look like. But I kind of want to just do all neutral. Last year I couldn't find white mums, and so I was really excited this year when like everybody had them. I have different height plant stands, I have different planters, I have real pumpkins, I have fake pumpkins. If you guys watched my video last year, I made this myself and I'm so proud of it, so it's going back out. And then of course, if you've been around here at all, this is Mr. Pumpkin Man. The rest of his body is in that tub, but he goes up this time every year. He's very friendly, but I just kind of wanted to show you what I was working with so you had an idea of what this porch is going to look like when we're finished. But first, let's clean up this porch because it is super dirty. So let's get this cleaned up so then I can start bringing out all my fall decor. Miles behind us, but miles to go, so let's just break this down to the simplest truth. Try to clear everything off your front porch. If you just move it on the ground, then you're gonna have a hard time sweeping, or you're not gonna clean all the areas. So try to just pick everything up, especially if it's like on the ground, so you can just do a really good cleaning. As you can see right here, my rug was holding so much dirt, so I was so glad I took the time to do this. Would you be mine? And I hope you know I will love you for the rest of my life. Let's not waste time, we'll take this slow. You got miles behind us, but miles to go. So there's lots of different ways you can clean your front porch. You can use a broom like I am. We also have like a blower that works as well, but sometimes I feel like in this little corner it just like blows all the leaves back up at me. You could also power wash it if you're wanting a really good deep clean. But it is amazing if you'll just spend like 5 minutes with your broom like on your front porch. It will just make it look so much better. Don't forget to like wipe off the brick. So if your brick isn't painted, you probably can't see how dirty it is, but since ours is painted, it makes it pretty smooth and it does get dirty. So if you have painted brick, just take that broom and kind of dust it off. To the simplest truth, you and I as one will always be better than two. Yeah, you and I one will always be better than two. Now I want to thank Jaws for sponsoring this part of today's video. Jaws stands for Just Add Water System, and their mission is to eliminate the single-use plastic bottles. So I'm going to show you here in a second what that means and how you refill them, but basically you keep reusing the same bottle over and over, so we're not just wasting tons of plastic bottles. But I wanted to show you up close how well this product works and how quickly this product works. So I did not let this soak at all. I literally just sprayed and wiped, and you can tell how much cleaner my swing already is. So this is just an amazing non-toxic product, and it works so well. So this is what it looks like when you get it, and you actually get 2 refills per bottle. So that's actually gonna fill it up 2 times. As you can see here, I have tons of pods, and I love that I can keep so much product on hand without having tons of plastic bottles in my house. So I love that feature as well if you like to stay organized and you don't want a ton of clutter. But basically every time you need to refill your bottle, you're just gonna grab a refill, and I'm about to show you step by step how you do that. Step 1 is just fill the bottle with water, and there's a line so you know how far to fill it. You're gonna insert your refill, and then you're gonna grab your sprayer and you're just gonna insert that in, and then as you screw that lid on, you're going to see the product release into the water because you're gonna see the color of it change. It's actually really satisfying to do, but it's also very easy to do, so even your kids can help you out. Jaws has so many amazing products. I'm going to show you them right here. You can also get matching cleaning cloths to go with it, which I love, just so everything matches. I love these products. They have been in my home for years, so if you're wanting to try them out, this is definitely the time. I have a 25% off coupon code for you guys, so I'm gonna have the link down below in my description box, and then all you have to do is use the code Ashley25 for 25% off. I use these throughout my entire home, but I love them in my kitchen and bathrooms. I love that if I take a bath or Savannah takes a bath, we don't have like harsh chemicals in the tub. I love when I'm cleaning my kitchen countertops and then we cook a few minutes later. I know it's nice and safe and I never have to worry. So thanks again to Jaws for sponsoring today's video, and like I said before, I will have their link down below in my description box. It is already looking so much better, and all we did was clean it and it feels new again. If we were going super crazy, we could power wash it, but it's just not on the list of things to do today. Maybe another day. But yeah, everything just cleaned up really, really nicely. I'm standing here trying to decide what to start with. I think we're going to start with Mr. Pumpkin, just so all the like pretty stuff can come in later. So we're going to start with that pop of color. If you guys haven't heard about Mr. Pumpkin, he's like a tradition in my family. My mom always put up a Mr. Pumpkin every year. She still does. And so when my sister and I moved out, she got us the pumpkin head so we could create our own pumpkins. And so we all always have them. And when Savannah gets married or has a house one day that she can put it, she doesn't have to be married, I'll get her a pumpkin head, and then she can have a Mr. Pumpkin, and then her kids will have it. It's just a fun little tradition, and so many of you do it now. So if you do this, definitely send me a picture, email me, send it over on Instagram, because I love seeing your guys' Mr. Pumpkins. So our Mr. Pumpkin wears the same thing every year. It just keeps it easier. It's a pair of Chase's old jeans and a shirt, and then I actually go grab boots from his closet. So those I have to pull out every year. Typically I unstuff him, but this year I was gonna try, or last year I just left him stuffed, and now I can just like plump him up a little bit, and I was gonna see if he was easier to put together that way. So now I'm just gonna pull out the pieces and just kind of make him look human, and then we'll go from there. I love family traditions, and this is one of my favorite. We have lots of Christmas ones, but this one's just so special to me. I have pictures growing up next to my Mr. Pumpkin Man. Savannah has them every year as well, with ours and my parents. And what's nice is we all get to have our own Mr. Pumpkin Man, so they all look a little bit different. We style them different, so you get to personalize it but carry on the family tradition. I cannot wait to give Savannah hers one day and just to see what she creates and what look she goes with. Just a little tip, if you're going to recreate this, get newspaper. I have a lot of magazines and it works, but newspaper will definitely just work better. I just feel like it's softer, where like magazine covers are just really like shiny, and so they don't roll up as much. So just keep that in mind. If you're gonna recreate this, just get lots of newspaper for when you're stuffing your Mr. Pumpkin Man.
Feels like we're insane. We blame it all on love, so saturated. Still we can't get enough. We wear out the night like we wear our clothes, dancing right through the fire.
It takes a little tweaking to get him right. I still have a few more minutes of working on him. I need a little bit more paper. I have like a magazine I can start tearing out of. But my goal is just to make him look very realistic, and he's super nice. It's Mr. Pumpkin. Every neighborhood we've lived in, the kids have loved him. The kids talk about how they look for him when they're getting off the school bus, so he's super friendly. My mom's is a little more scary. Like, he's got scary hands and stuff, but ours has always been super nice. So I'm just gonna stuff him a little bit more, but I just try to think of like how it would look if Chase or somebody else was sitting there. And so we will put boots on him. I try to make his like waist, like that's the area I have to work on, so it looks like he's sitting here. We always add gloves so it looks like he has hands, and then I do stuff the gloves, like the fingers, just so it looks like there's actually hands in there. But we're gonna work on this just a little bit longer. It's funny because there's been a few times that Chase has needed his boots during October, and he was like, where are my shoes? I've looked for them everywhere. And I always giggle and I'm like, Mr. Pumpkin Man has them, so he has to like go borrow them so he can work on whatever he needs to, and then we put them back. Feet are the part that make him look so realistic. So just by putting his shoes on him, especially like real shoes, really does help. And then hands do the same thing, so that's why I always add the gloves. He's taking his shape now. As you can see, I'll still make adjustments for the next couple days, just trying to figure out the best like position and all the paper. But now we're gonna put his head on. So we like to just use a pole. So you're gonna see me just put a pole like into his body. I feel like it helps kind of keep him setting up. And then this pumpkin has, let me turn it over, a hole right here that you can slide through. But my mom takes like fishing wire, because she doesn't have like a vaulted ceiling, and hangs like a fishing line down and then makes it where his like head is hovering. So you can totally do it either way, whatever you want to do. Feel like this is easier. I won't plug him in for a while. Closer to Halloween I will, just because he sits here, and of course our outlet's over there, but I run like a white cord and it goes under the mat and then plugs in. But you guys know me, I don't like wires, so I don't pull it out until later. But let's go ahead and get his head attached now. And there is Mr. Pumpkin. Like I said, I'll be tweaking him for a little while. It's not something you get like the first time, but by the time it's Halloween, he's gonna look perfect. It's actually funny watching like delivery men drop stuff off, because they're always a little, you know, just leery at first. I'll go back and watch my camera doorbell because they just don't know what to think. But he's super nice, I promise. He's friendly. You guys are always worried, a few of you, but He's been in the family for a long time, so we're glad to have you back, Mr. Pumpkin. It was a long year waiting on you. Now we are getting to the extra fun part. It's always fun because I never know what it's gonna look like. Like in my head, I have some ideas, but I'm gonna tweak it. You guys know whatever I have going on, it typically changes. So let's get this stuff put out and see if we can make that front porch look more fall. And I gotta hurry because that sun is coming. When you're decorating, I don't care if it's a room, a front porch, whatever it is, put everything that you're going to be using in like a group or a cluster. It's so hard to remember what you have if it's like all spread out and it's in different rooms, or if I had it in the garage or in the car. Just put it all together and it just makes it easier once you're decorating and you're figuring out which pieces need to go where. As you can see, I'm also putting the pots in the spaces that I want them before the flowers, just so they're still lightweight and they're easy to move. That way I can figure out the design and then I'll add the flowers in at the very end. So keep that in mind if you're decorating your porch. Try to move things when they're lighter and just easier to maneuver. And then once you have everything placed where you want it, you can go ahead and put the plants in. Don't hold back.
April showers in the month of May. The ground's still wet and the sky's still gray, but you're still shining. No cadences or chords to play, no melodies or words to say.
Now that I have these pots out, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. These are going way more blue next to that gray out here. So I was just gonna set these into those, but if that doesn't look good, I'll just leave it in the black pot. I just didn't want a ton of black out here. I was trying to keep it as neutral as possible.
But you're still singing, and it keeps me breathing when I fall apart.
Like I mentioned earlier, some of my pumpkins are real and some are fake. That's just a way to save money. So I don't have to keep buying tons of pumpkins that I'm just going to throw away every year. These three right here and the like 3-tiered one I put up are all fake. So as I get fake ones, I can just mix a few real ones in. Like both of these were from like Ross and they were like $4.99. See if I can show you. Right there. $4.99. Luckily I found these at Walmart for the same price, but when I was at Lowe's I bought this one and it was $15. So just be super careful when you're purchasing, like your budget and where you're going, because every store is kind of different on pricing.
When I don't know where to start, you put me back together.
So mixing faux and real pumpkins I feel like is just helpful because the faux pumpkins will save you money. Every year you can just pull those out. You don't have to rebuy them. It's not like they're going to get trashed. But then always add a few real ones just so it makes the fake ones feel and look real. And then people don't even notice because they're going to look at the real ones and not think much about the fake ones. And then, like I said, it's just a way to save money over time.
Feeling trapped and just need to go.
I'm also on the hunt for like fake mums, but I want them to be white. So I went to Hobby Lobby and they had all different colors, but they didn't have white. But I'd like to invest in some white mums. So once again, I can just put those out every year next to a set of real ones and then you don't notice it. But then I can save money buying 2 sets of white mums every year.
Put put you back.
So far I'm loving this setup. I'm not sure about that one, so I'll be thinking. I do need to put the mums in here, but the ones I bought weren't as big as the original ones that I bought for those, the colorful ones on the back. So I'm gonna have to find something to put in the pot that this pot can set onto, so they just look taller. Kind of like in here I have paint cans, so that this sets up taller. I've just got to do something like that just to keep things simple, and I honestly don't know what else I could put in there that I have on hand right now. I'm just gonna put 2 paint cans, 1 in each, and then put the other mums on it, just in case you're gonna do this. I'll show you how I do it, but I wanted to explain it first.
I'll put you back together again. I'll put you back.
The paint cans actually worked perfectly, because if you can tell by these planters, they're like tapered at the bottom, so not much would have fit at the bottom because it was really narrow. So the paint can fit right down in them, and then you can just set the plant on top of it. Now if you can see around it, you can add moss or something, but these flowers were so wide and round it filled that whole gap.
I forget where my peace is. When you fall apart.
That worked perfectly. So I didn't have to spend as much money and get huge mums. All you gotta do is buy the mums and then have some extra paint cans or stain cans laying around. I don't know what to do with this back here. I may take all that out just to see how it looks. Maybe bring it forward up here. But I'm just not loving that spot back there.
You don't know where to start. I'll put you back.
Once you get everything out, sometimes it doesn't look how you want it to. You can just have that little feeling it's off. So just keep messing with it. You don't have to get it right the first time, even the second time or third time. Even if you have to come back a different day, it's okay to move things around until you get it to where you like it.
Again.
Here are all my fake pumpkins. Here are my real pumpkins. I just feel like that looks so much better. If I'm gonna use the fake pumpkins, I feel like they have to be back there so they don't blow away. It's super windy in Oklahoma, and these are lightweight, so I might just pull these indoors. I'll probably return this guy because I actually paid a lot for him. If I'm not going to use them, I'll get some money back. But I feel like it just looks cleaner with all of it like up here at the front. You guys will have to let me know what you think. I'll hang on to these until the video goes up. Let me know if I need to put something back there or if it's just nice like all being towards the front of the porch.
Running from all things at once without thinking twice. And I knew it would.
Here's one more look. Basically I used those outdoor pumpkins, but I left this just back down the corner by itself. I would adjust the rug to go over, and then I put some of the faux pumpkins by Mr. Pumpkin Man. So maybe that will be the solution. Kind of space it out some.
And that we would be the ones left behind. The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. And this road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time.
It's a little sunny back here, but I wanted to show you the colorful mums that I bought right there, but I think they're perfect in this spot. I've always had these planters right here, and actually I thought I killed these because there was one day I forgot to water them and they were all like leaning like this. You couldn't even see them anymore. So I pulled them back here and I've watered them the last couple days and I came out and they're gorgeous. So keep that in mind. If you think you killed your mums, keep watering them because these came back just in like 2 days and they look gorgeous. I do want to thank Jaws again for sponsoring today's video. I have their link and coupon code down below in my description box. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video and making it until the end. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!